we working? Is the audio going? Sounds like it. Yeah, certainly sounds like it.
Mr. Freeze.
Well, hello, I guess. Hello and welcome to Joyless Gaming's Superhero Sunday. The thing that I've talked myself into pretty much every Sunday for the last couple of months. Just starting off with a little fiddling in a
You are unafraid of my gun,
I have experienced cold, Victor Freeze.
but not as I wield it, Raiden.
Begin.
How do you know who he is? Alright, something like that. Oh, you bastard. Ah.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Yeah, this is just a thingamajigger. Guild multiverse, that's it. Still got heaps of guild multiverses left. Well, not as many, but you know, I think it's below 50 now that I need to finish for Captain Cold / Mr. Freeze.
I am the master of cold Sub-Zero.
My magic is more powerful than your science.
Your hypothesis will be proven false.
Begin. Freeze wins.
It's quite hard to play with sped up. So it's not as fun as when it's either turbo or hyper combat in MKX is more fun because it speeds up the sounds as well. So everybody's a chipmunk. It's hilarious.
I'll aid Superman if he'll aid my research.
No.
Your ego makes you snowblind.
Begin.
Oh, for... What? Okay, whatever. Ugh.
Even your name is stupid.
I am no common thug.
Your name's stupid too. How do you turn a forward 2 into a forward dash?
Mr. Freeze wins.
And how can a standing 2-1-3 not happen because of a side switch? It's didn't have any directional inputs, you idiot. You should have gone 2-1-3. It didn't do a jump 1 into a standing whatever. Might have only done a standing 1. Which is dumb because it had jump 1 into 2-1-3.
Demonstrate the Scarab's recuperative methodology.
Might as well be speaking Greek, bruh.
Show me how it heals your wounds.
Begin.
Oh, piss off. Why are they only coming at me? Why is it only coming for me? Oh, for fuck's sake, you piece of shit. Ah! The one time it doesn't go for me, it ruins my combo. Ah! What? Oh, come on. Oh, God. For fuck's sake. So it only targets him when it can ruin my combo. Or when he may as well be dead anyway.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Bloody bullshit. This... Ugh. Anyway. That's what's most frustrating about this game. It's like bullshit to play online, it's bullshit to play against the computer. It might be fun against other people if I could play against them offline.
Can your magic save my wife?
I'll do nothing of the kind.
Why not?
You are of no use to me.
He might stop being a bad guy if you save his wife. Oh, piss off. What a load of garbage! The hell? God, nice fucking hacks, you sack of shit. When will you do a fucking wake up when I tell you to? For fuck's sake, this game is so shit! Fuck off. Yeah, computer can't play without fucking cheating.
Mr. Freeze wins.
So I was trying to play the last couple of nights. I've popped on when I thought there might be people I could connect to. And, I don't know, people in other countries seem to say that 200 or so ping is not that bad, or shouldn't be as bad as it sometimes turns out to be. So I was playing at about 200 ping. You know, I wasn't streaming or anything, so given the amount of bullshit that the other players seem to be doing, which I know they're not doing bullshit, what's going on is that they can just do whatever they want and I can't fucking respond because I'm not the host. So it's decided that, oh, they must have, you know, despite the connection distances or whatever like that, they must have the better connection, so they're the ones who gets to be the host. So no matter how good your netcode is, if it's still peer-to-peer and one player gets to be selected as the host, then they're going to have an advantage. They're not going to be seeing, you know, rollback shit. They're not the ones who have to deal with somebody else just going mental and pressing all the buttons they feel like. You know, because that's what happens. They go mental, they press all the buttons, doesn't matter what they do. I can't retaliate, because as soon as I do, I'm getting hit by something else. Because there's no such thing as minus frames when you're the host online. That was my problem with MKX. And this is the thing, MKX, that I played online in the old netcode. I don't think I've played it online in the new netcode. Well, maybe a little bit. But I had a worse internet connection then too. So now I've got a much better internet connection and the supposedly new netcode, and it feels exactly the same playing online. So it's just garbage. Speaking of garbage, let's see if there's any garbage that I can fish for. This might end up being another short one simply because of 158 milliseconds, eh? Oh, they're a new player.
Black Adam.
Oh, it's suddenly gone
Power
wrong.
Girl. Fighters approaching Kondak.
Now I should still be bad. That's the thing, I should still be bad. Ignore those stats because it's competitive versus, so... I wonder where they are, if they're 158 milliseconds. Considering that I was still seeing, on occasion, like 60-something milliseconds when streaming, back around Christmas. And I figure they must have been in Australia, so I wonder if this person's in Australia or New Zealand, maybe. Or
Was that a
Begin.
maybe not. Ah! Ah! There's still weird pingy issues going on. Yeah, that's a low. Ugh. ISIS? What does that got to do with anything? See, look at that. I'm trying to block that. I didn't block that, obviously. But it's like I tried pressing down and then... What the hell? Why did they fall out of the...
Black Adam wins.
What? I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. That was I mean, yeah. You appear to be new to the game. And that was a weird connection as well. They had some... Why did she fall out of the 113? Cancelled into super. That should connect. Even in the corner. Did she jump? Did they jump? Maybe that's what happened. Something happened. They fell out of it. I was trying for a much more spectacular finish. Yeah, that was strange. And I'm not surprised I wasn't able to react to the teleports because my reactions are not very fast. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that I wasn't able to react to certain things on block, but I mean, I wasn't even reacting to some of those eye lasers. I was sort of like trying to move forward then duck. And so somehow I was caught during the move forward rather than the fact that I was already pressing down to... just in case they went for the regular teleport. But, you know, there's no point sort of moving forward then back, because then you're not advancing then. And I couldn't seem to time the forward 1-2 at the end of the combo. Looks like that was the only person I'm going to find there. Oh, whoops. Oh. I was accidentally holding the button down. What? I unlocked something, eh? Is it a background? Or an icon? What the hell did I unlock? Okay, that's it. All right. Any ranked sets I can lose? daily challenge, win 3 ranked sets. Great. And NetherRealm, Warner Brothers, whatever, for future reference, cross-platform multiplayer would really be appreciated. If you're gonna... You're already shafting the PC player base enough as is by, well, for one thing, releasing the game 6 months late, and often doing half-assed ports. Also giving them the smallest, most limited player base really sucks. Moreover, there's only a handful of people, you know, a relative handful, not a literal handful, but a relative handful of people that are going to be so interested in your game that they go and buy another system in order to be able to play it on. So, if you're attempting to sort of shame or marginalize PC players, all you're doing is kind of pissing them off and making them not want to buy your product. Which is kind of the opposite of what you should be wanting to do. Idiots. Whoa, 42 FPS, that's not good. I mean, I wonder how much my streaming is actually affecting the ping of these people. That's just me slapping part of my fingers together. Make a fist with one hand and slap the fingers of the other hand in between the fingers on your fist. On the outside of the fist. Lots of pleasant noises to be made. Sorry. This is why I usually don't bother trying to play online. Because not only are you unlikely, or am I unlikely to find people to play against, you know, with a reasonable ping, I'm almost guaranteed to not have fun when I do, or if I do. So, I usually don't bother. In fact, I'm pretty much guaranteed to not have fun when I play this game at all, so... Yeah... I'm gonna look at ranked sets. So that's the other thing, I mean, I've seen, oh, what was it, like, at certain times of the last 24 hours or so I've checked, maybe it's over the last couple of days even, checked the community hub at different times of day to see how many players are concurrently in-game, and never really went above 500 and something. I think it was in the high 500s at one point. But that was at a time of day where, oh wow, a ranked set against somebody who's going to beat me, I'm sure. Oh no. They found somebody else. Alright, screw that. Most of those people are probably in Europe. Quite possibly even just in Russia. But, you know, that's not a lot of people worldwide, and I'm only going to get a decent connection against people in Australia, New Zealand, parts of Southeast Asia, maybe. So it's, yeah, not really fantastic. Bugging out. Fear everything. No remorse. Platinum boxes, eh? I'm gonna sick my Catwoman onto you because I finished doing the boss fights with
Catwoman.
Brainiac. Now I just need boss fights with Catwoman. She only needs 50 boss fights, but I think she also is one of those ones that needs like 3,000 minutes played. Maybe. Maybe not, I can't remember. All I do remember is that it's astonishing the number of characters that don't require boss fights.
Don't put Kitty in a corner.
I am your new god, woman.
Unless you're ready to get clawed.
Begin.
You see, because I would think, or, you know, personally, I would think it would be very appropriate for certain characters to be, for their legendary multiverse to require boss fights. Like Superman, but no. Deadshot, you know, but no. Hell, I'd even think, you know, like Cheetah, sort of going after the big game, hunting, all that sort of stuff. And of course, as yet, none of the DLC have legendary multiverses. I think it's the general assumption, despite not having been stated, it's the general assumption, now that this legendary edition of the game has been announced, that legendary multiverses for all of the DLC characters will come with that version of the game. Maybe. Quite frankly, it makes no sense to have any version of the game where there's legendary items in, you know, when the gear system is such a thing with this game, to not have legendary items for the DLC characters really just looks lazy. But I guess the problem is that apparently all of the legendary stuff is being done by Tyler Lansdowne. Like, only by Tyler Lansdowne, so... He was not a designer, so he had to learn how to do some of the stuff. That's gonna... Oh, that hit! Oh, okay. I thought that would miss. Oh, bloody hell.
If you won't kill me, you cannot win.
You just watch me.
Spending 2 bars because it doesn't recognize that it's not allowed to... AI is so dumb. It can just cheat, that's all. It never fights smart. Just cheats. Although, I was watching it play something. I was probably one of these boss fights last night, and I was just baffled by the fact that the boss AI was a bit more intelligent than my AI, because my AI character kept on trying to start everything with a bloody bounce attack, because it's like, oh, you tell it to do combos, it's like, okay, I'll start with a back 3 or a forward 3, instead of something intelligent, like something that's fast. But the boss character kept on starting with faster attacks, which is why my character kept on getting hit, because it was constantly trying to do something slow. Just so stupid. Completely unreasonable, eh?
Black Adam.
I have finally got around to finishing off Black Adam's requirement to finish with Riddle of the Sphinx combo, but I still need some transitions, and it's put me on a stage that doesn't have transitions. Hooray. Still need a bunch of transitions, and then the rest of it can be done by the computer for me.
You betray this planet, Cheetah.
A minor detail.
Not to me.
Begin.
The hell? Shazam indeed. Ah, it's funny finishing with that sometimes.
Black Adam wins.
Great, another map without transitions. Of the 4 that don't have transitions, I've got 2 in a row. Something like 18 potential starting arenas. Only 4 of them are not part of any transition thing.
Fear breeds respect.
You I neither respect nor fear.
Begin.
Okay. Ugh.
Dread consumes
No,
you.
it doesn't.
But I do not falter.
Be nice if I could spend no meter. I don't know what I'm doing.
Black Adam wins.
It's usually why I lose against real people. Don't know what I'm doing. I think part of the neutral game with Black Adam is the down one cancelled into the lightning storm. I saw somebody mention it, and I agree with them that lightning storm should be his wake up attack. Because it's still not incredibly fast. I mean, okay, going about how his limitation, his downside is his lack of wake up game.
Dead is your dream of ape rule.
Earth will be mine, Adam.
Ego whispers lies to zealous ears.
Begin.
But, Lightning Cage just sucks. Whereas if that were his wake-up attack... See, part of the thing, too, is that Lightning Cage sucks, and as a wake-up, it's especially bad. The hell? That shouldn't have still been invincible. Anyway, point being, if you manage to get hit by Lightning Cage as his wake-up, It technically can lead to a full combo.
Society could use you. I won't be your vassal.
So a full combo wake-up attack? No thanks. I don't think it's, you know, it sucks as a wake-up, it sucks as a regular move.
Black Adam wins.
I think in terms of what you can do, it's just that it's pretty much beaten in every way by black magic, I think. In terms of its effectiveness. Wait a minute, what? Okay, whatever.
Black Adam.
Ignore the fact that it's got air lightning cage on there. I just wanted to see how it works or what it does. And it still sucks. But I was working with combos that go from either meter burn black magic or meter burn lightning cage. And the meter burn black magic one does more damage and is easier to confirm off. So I found it easier to confirm off. Maybe if you know what you're doing, lightning cage still works, but I think black magic starts up faster as well. It's also a mid. Let's think, what's the comparison here? Black magic. Okay, it's very unsafe. 22 frame startup. Twenty-two frame startup, mid, minus 28. Ignore the fact that there's block advantage on the meter burn thing, because you can't meter burn it if they block it. I don't get why that's there, but... Lightning cage, 25 frame startup. Not as unsafe. Not as unsafe, but it's still unsafe. I suppose that's the thing, is that that's the one that you can more easily get away with using closer, except you can't because it's still unsafe. And again, I'm not sure you can actually meter burn... I was trying it. You can't meter burn that on block either. I think. Anyway, point being... Black magic is better.
You expect to best a god?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Mehen admires your courage.
Begin.
Jeez.
Aren't you the sad sack?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, whatever. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But, what was I saying about... Yes,
Black Adam wins.
Lightning Cage as a wake-up and as a move just kind of sucks. There is a gear set that makes it so that Lightning Cage hits a larger area. I don't know how much of a larger area, but maybe it could be a really large area, and that would be neat.
Begin.
Oops. Okay. Ugh. It's like, oh yeah, I activated this on the millisecond that you started doing the down one, rather than saying, no, you activated this at the same time, so therefore you can actually now hold block.
Black Adam wins.
Anyway, Lightning Storm versus Lightning Cage. Lightning Storm is still not an incredibly fast attack, so as a wake-up it would still not be amazing. You can meter burn it, but it won't lead to a full combo. But it's also safe on block. It's not plus on block or anything. I think it's -4. So as a wake-up attack, it would be so much better. But, you know, people complain enough about Adam as it is. I find that...
You'll make an excellent exhibit.
Caged in Karndok's zoo.
Stuffed in its museum.
Begin.
Don't perform a super move, okay. Wow, the temptation will be so hard to overcome. What? Anyway, people complain enough about Adam as it is. I just find that when I'm using him, he doesn't seem to be all that fantastic, aside from his damage.
It's checkmate, King.
Don't give me strength.
Really? You think it's checkmate? Right. I find that
Black Adam wins.
like he doesn't have. Maybe I need to check his stuff more closely, and maybe some of his normals are better. But it's like his specials and all that sort of stuff. He doesn't have plus frames. He's got safe stuff. I just seem to find that he suffers a lot in terms of recovery. Like recovery frames on his things, are, just seems to take forever.
You can't fight a god.
Give me the Atlantean.
On his behalf, I will kill you.
Begin.
What? Yeah, actually, he does have some plus frames on strings, yeah.
Death to Atlantis' allies.
The regime will return.
Ugh. See, yeah. I just find that he's got some annoying animation locks as well. It seems like you have to be frame perfect on certain things. It's like after you do the jump kick or the jump to dive kick on an airborne enemy, I find that I'm more likely to mistime it and get that forward 2 instead of a forward 1-2 if I do it too late, which is very strange because if you wait too long, obviously it just drops and you won't hit. Obviously, you know, it'll do that if I get it too early, but that's another one of those things that pisses me off about the animation locks in this. It's just that it's...
Amon strength overpowers you.
I reckon it should do nothing.
Marks, but I beat him.
Kryptonite bullets don't hurt me.
Begin.
Anyway, I mean, you know, I just find that compared to characters like, say, Superman, who I know has some easy plus frames. Oh, jeez, if you couldn't cheat.
Gonna shove my fist up your...
Famous last words.
I don't know how I ended up on the other side. It's another thing you sort of need to be able to do is the instant air dive kicks is one of the things. The fuck? And now she's got... Bitch. She had too little health to go through a second time. Anyway. That's one of the things that I find with Black Adam, is that he's definitely good. I'm not going to deny that he's good in this game. But I don't know how exactly you would go about nerfing him aside from nerfing his damage a bit more, because I'm pretty sure he still does really good damage even in competitive mode. Which I could check, because I think I've discovered why it was I had no idea how to get competitive mode to work in practice. It's because you actually have to choose that on the stage selection, not on the character selection. And I didn't really notice that. I guess I wasn't paying attention. But I was watching something earlier today. It was a ketchup and mustard video, and they were playing, and they were selecting competitive mode on the local versus. And yes, because they were selecting that when they went to the character select screen. I guess I never paid attention enough on previous videos that I'd watched to see that that's when you select it, which means that's where you find the option to select it.
This is how you repay loyalty.
You should know to back down.
I will humble you, Amazon.
Begin.
She tried to parry it. Damn it. Okay. You're going through that transition, woman. Maybe I should have done a bounce cancel. That's another thing the dumb AI loves. The AI loves its bounce cancels. For no reason. Damn it! Now she's got no health. Oh, good. Oh, yes. You have to meter burn it just to make sure that they don't interrupt you. Even that's not foolproof.
Black Adam wins.
I had 26 as of last night, I think, remaining. So how many is that I've gotten today? Less than 10, probably. Because after transitions, I just need to get match victories, damage dealt, multiverse events, sidekick events.
You expect to best a god?
I make a habit of defying expectations.
Mehen admires your courage.
Begin.
Oh. See? Didn't have any meter. Ah! Oh. I do love it when they slow down the sound that way. Yes. He's got a terrible backdash. He's got a pretty good forward dash, though. Almost as good as Green Lantern's. Funny, yeah, he's got like, yeah, his forward dash is almost as good as Green Lantern's. His backdash is slightly better than Green Lantern's. Okay, there's two more. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Where was my meter burn? You gotta meter burn it so much sooner than that. Excuse me a moment. If the Americans would say bathroom break. Ugh. It would be good if I could not let bodily functions interrupt the streaming all the time, but need to stay hydrated. Speaking of which. Nice suit.
I lead the new regime.
What gives you the right, Adam?
The power of 6 gods.
Begin.
Ow! There's something funny about just menacingly floating towards them with lightning orbs around you. What? Wait a minute. How? I was sure that I wouldn't have been able to duck in time. Ow.
You can't win this.
Famous last words.
Yay.
Black Adam wins.
We've just seen the viewer count go up by 1 and then down by 1, then up by 1, then down by 1. People came, showed up and like, oh, Black Adam. Bleh. I'm leaving. It's like you see enough of him everywhere. Ugh. Boo. Billionaire's Buckle. Holly's Help. More platinum boxes, eh? Well, first of all, let me check how many... This is unrelated because the boss fight's not going to matter, but how many... 15 transitions remaining, so I did 11. I was right, I did less than 10. Damage, minutes played. Well, minutes played is easy compared to multiverse events, match victories. I mean, if I won in less than a minute for all my remaining victories, I'd still get there. Plus there's all that damage. Sidekick events, which will be relatively easy, but considering the number of match victories that need to be done, I may as well do regular sidekick events as well, not just boss ones. Tip to anyone who didn't already know, if you want the sidekick events done quickly, the fastest way to do them is to do when you get one of these multiverses, when you get to the boss, just keep repeating the boss. It's a sidekick event, but it's only one fight. Let's watch my AI cat. Woman.
Catwoman.
Go and beat up your boyfriend's son. And if you could remove his genitalia while you're at it, prevent the line from being continued. Not so much the Waynes, but the Al Ghuls.
Annoying little snot.
You hate me because Batman still loves my mother.
Or because you say things like that.
Begin.
Yeah, I should play more Robin. Not because I like Damian Wayne, but because the playstyle is pretty interesting. I mean, I don't like this character. Oh, wow, nice damage. Oh, that's right, he had really low defense.
Last chance to fall in line.
I can't be tamed.
Even the AI can't seem to spend me to... What the hell? Actually dodged the assassin strike. Never block the Birdarang. It's plus on block. Hit him, because it's slow to start up. You hit him, it disappears. Well, it doesn't disappear, it just flops off. But it's a good setup tool because it's plus on block. So don't block it. Hit him. Just poke even. So you probably, as Robin, you probably better serve going for the Assassin Strike anyway, because, for one, I think you can get more damage that way, but it's also, while it doesn't give you the setup of the Birdarang, it does give you a restand. So, I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask for advice on this stuff. Restands are really good in this game because wake-ups are invincible on startup, so... Rather than needing a setup to try and stuff a wake-up, why not just get a restand and not let them have a wake-up? That's one of the ways to go. Really guild points. There's overflow, that's right. Should get rid of that. Overflow gear. It's all Black Adam stuff anyway. There. Well, now what? Let's try online again. Spend a lot of time looking for opponent. One of many reasons not to bother trying to play online. Spend ages looking for a fight, then barely be able to play during that fight because of latency issues. But as I was saying earlier, there's a limited enough player base on PC as is. And you try looking for somebody with a decent ping within Australia. Not likely to go in your favour. Oh, they're all in-game anyway. Initiate 3 clash sequences. Oh, that means I have to get hit. Wait a minute, I was going to have a look at...
Black Adam. Bizarro.
There it is. Match options. Ah. Why did I never even look? I never even looked.
Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Oh well. Yeah, it still... It doesn't... Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's on Superman. But he's got reasonable defense, I think. Okay, what about... Okay. Okay, so if you're at... I saw somebody do it earlier. Just today. And that was another thing they did was... Oh, it was that one. No. Yeah, I don't know how they did it. Although it was a video from a while ago. No, that was what it was, because of the angle. That was, yeah, that was how they did it. Oops. It's something like that. prefer mine with the forward 3, but... I don't get why I can't seem to cancel that into a wall bounce. I can cancel the forward 1 into a wall bounce. Yeah. Oh well. But yes, I figured out how... Finally, I figured out how to use competitive mode in practice. Which means I should check some of the...
Captain Cold.
Cold stuff.
Bizarro. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Because I never got around to checking out how effective he can be in competitive mode. Because I ended up doing decent amounts of damage with him. With things like... Yeah, that's still alright. I mean, it's not great. Ugh. What is the recovery on that? Yeah, I mean, that was meterless. Yeah, it's alright. But that's because, yeah, 150. It's only 82 with the 2 hits, because you can't cancel the forward 233. Does the same damage with the back 232. Why the hell does it say? It says there's cancel advantage on it, but you can't cancel it into anything. And it's -6 on block. Why would you ever do the entire string? Yeah, you gotta time it almost exactly. They can always wake up from that, but now they can roll, can't they? What do we want? Wake up. Well, we want that off because roll mode. Roll mode is what I wanted. Huh, wait a minute. That's, Ugh. That's strange. They said that they changed that, so it... Did they change their minds? They said they changed a lot of those strings that caused a hard knockdown on airborne opponents to no longer do so. But he can't do a roll, so that's a hard knockdown. That's weird. Yeah. And that's how you get out of that setup. Because it doesn't work very well mid-screen. Jeez. Man, that sucks. I do find that very odd. I think that's the maximum damage you can get from that. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, yeah, that knocks him too far away. I find it weird that, I mean, people are asking for that to combo. Mainly because they're asking for a 50-50, but the thing is that it kind of is a 50-50, it's just that it doesn't combo fully. Because that won't combo. That will. Standing 1, down back 3 will combo. One, 2, down back 3 won't. So, okay. Damn it, that knocked him out of it. You can't afford to let them... Yeah. You can't let them get knocked down. Because if they get knocked down, they can just delay wake up. Anytime they spend on the ground, they're invulnerable to the damage over time, and therefore aren't going to get frozen by that. Not that does a lot of damage. Yeah. It's one of the things. It used to, I think they said it, they reduced its duration by like 1 second. It only ticks once per second. I don't know if you used to have to get hit by all 6 hits. Same damage. So that's 356. $349. Oh dear. Because there's 2 major downsides to that make it not as powerful as you'd think. I think the old problem wasn't the old problem if it was combined with that, then no matter what, you would be guaranteed a freeze as long as they stayed in both areas the whole time. The problem is, when they're in this, if they're knocked down, they're invincible to it. And if they block, it won't lead to a freeze. So if they block 1 tick of it, they're not going to freeze, as far as I understand. Which kind of means that you have to be careful about how you attack them, because if they start blocking it, oh no. So, if they're slower to react, then what should you be using? I mean, that's all highs. You can't really use that. That's also 0. 1, 2, 2. I mean, you'd have to be pretty much using the 1, 2, 2. Reversal. That's pretty fast, isn't it? Let's... Actually, yeah, backdash, because that's invincible for a hit as well, so... Right. Yeah, alright. Holy crap, I didn't realize that backdash was so damn good. Not there, but that's, as I said, that's all highs. And they can just do some sort of low. Yeah. Yeah, it's... He seriously needs to be unnerfed. If there's a problem with some of this stuff, you really need to just... Like I said, if the problem was this thing and that stacking, make it so they can't stack. I mean, anything. I've already made suggestions about how you should change his character power so you don't have to charge it manually, for one, because that sucks. It's bad enough that he can be interrupted with the... If you interrupt him in the startup animation of any of these, it doesn't activate and he loses the charge. Just sucks. It all sucks. Bloody hell. Jeez. I don't care if you think it would be boring. He just needs to be able to use his character power when he wants. You can say I shouldn't be making comparisons to other characters' character powers all you want, but... the hell just happened there? Anyway. You know, other characters just have great character powers that activate quickly. Yeah, can be lost quickly but recharge quickly. And don't have much in the way of a downside. Like Superman, for instance. But Captain Cold, no, you've got to charge it manually. And it can be interrupted. And they thought, instead of fixing the sort of buggy broken bit, let's leave it like that but make it less effective. Oh, just fix the buggy broken bit. Hell, I would accept that snow globe thing not even causing a freeze at the end if you could use it when you wanted to. It still did the slow and maybe doing more damage over time and lasting for a bit longer. Just as long as I could use it. I mean, I mainly play against the AI and I can sort of push it around a bit, but but I hardly ever get to use it. And seriously, that was the complaint that people had about Firestorm's level 3 character power. It's like, oh, I hardly ever get to use it at level 3. It doesn't charge there fast enough. And they adjusted him like he needed the help. But Cold, no, let's leave him as is. I don't think the way he uses his character power needs to be unique, as long as what it actually does is unique. Ugh. But there's no reason you should ever let a Captain Cold player get away with charging up their character power.
Can you feel the frigid wind blowing?
I don't fear the cold.
Your ego makes you snowblind.
Begin.
Was he teabagging me? Yes, it's level 5. That's why it's dying so easily. It's one of the few ways I can have fun.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Put it on very easy, or play against lower level enemies. Or, one of the other things they could do, maybe not with this, maybe they won't bother with this, but in future, if they're going to do it with the next Injustice, or if they're going to do it with MK11, maybe make some of the abilities or the set bonuses work. I don't think
I will not help you, Joker.
Whacking Metropolis isn't on your bucket list?
It will bring me no closer to saving Nora.
Begin.
That's all he cares about. I don't think the stats are entirely necessary. But if the abilities and set bonuses that aren't stat boosts could apply, you could make your own variations. You can make your own variations and it would be interesting.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Because quite frankly, I mean, I like this set that, it's a two-piece set Captain Cold has where he makes it so frozen enemies take damage over time. That's interesting. It's different. It clashes with most of his other sets, because they're either, you know, because it uses slot 2 and slot 5.
I am the master of cold Sub-Zero.
I heard that before.
Begin.
I completely forgot that I was experimenting with a different combo ender. I was trying to finish with that. Instead of the 2-1-3 into that, I was trying to do a... See? He interrupts the damn thing. He interrupts my startup, and I lose the charged amount, and it doesn't activate, and I'm screwed. If you interrupt the startup of Cyborg's thing... Oh, I missed it. Bloody hell! What the hell? Anyway. Yeah, interrupt the start of Cyborg's thing. If the mother box hasn't fully activated, then it doesn't go on cooldown. If it does fully activate, it stays on screen and does its thing, and goes on cooldown as usual. And Cyborg's got a mid-projectile that by default he can shoot in the air. I mean, it's like by design, Captain Cold is low tier. He's got an interesting set of tools that he's not allowed to use. I'm going to set my Catwoman on this, and then I'm going to call that a stream. I've done enough complaining for one day, even though I could complain some more. I'm sure this most likely will be a turtle ability. Because I've got most of the other abilities unlocked. Except for the Staff of Grayson. Don't have that unlocked yet. I swear that's set to a very low spawn rate. Or unlock rate. It's probably set to unlock as infrequently as the bloody shaders.
Red's not really your color.
I'll incinerate your corpse.
And maybe try a turtleneck.
Okay. It's got bucket loads of health, and he starts with armor. That's the Scorpion assist, isn't it? It's kind of annoying that that there's no mode that lets you use the... Like in versus, local versus, you're not allowed to use the assists or... You're not allowed to use the assists or the sidekicks or any of the other modifiers in local multiplayer in any mode. That's kind of annoying, because you could You had custom combat in MKX. It'd be a way of kind of giving one player handicap or something. What are you doing? What? Stop trying to do throws. You suck at it. Funny that it blocked the Blood NATO or whatever the hell it's called. Because normally it jumps over something like that.
Nine lives to go for me.
You'll bathe in your own blood.
Kind of surprising they let a character like Atrocitus into this game, if it's supposed to be like... maybe not family friendly, but... Why have you not used your character power? It's been sitting there, ready, for ages. And you've not used it.
Why mask your anger?
Cats gotta have secrets.
Don't... no good. Sometimes it spends meter to try and do damage to the boss, even though it can't. That would have been a great opportunity for doing a bounce attack. I know you love your bounce attacks. Why did you get such a big juggle and then not do a bounce attack? Dumbass bloody AI. Sea of Hate, yes. Diamond box and an ability. Suicide Dive. Well, I know who gets that one. While I'm at it, let's open some boxes. Sub-Zero is full up now. It'd be nice if this legendary edition would get here and I could start donating gear to other people's multiverses. It's probably how it's going to go. Okay. You stick that ability on Raphael and then see what it does. Oh, replaced his bombshell. Huh. Let's see if it's any good. Do I have any higher level size yet? Yes. Let's go and check this move out. See if it's worth continuing to use.
Raphael. Bizarro. Fighters approaching
Oops.
Slaughter Swamp.
Oh well, it doesn't matter what the background is. Oh, that's what happens when you put it on competitive mode, you moron. You don't get access to abilities. Come on.
Raphael. Bizarro. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
That's still an overhead. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I really need to go to the toilet yet again. I'm just going to say thanks anybody for watching. If you've been watching now or in the future, see you next time.